She was a volcano of ideas. We hope to excavate her legacy to know more about her plans, her mind, and her dynasty. When scientists extracted DNA from the long-lost mummy of Queen Hatshepsut, they expected to uncover confirmation of royal lineage and history. Instead, what they found sent shock waves through the archaeological world. Hidden in her genetic code were clues that not only revealed the queen's true identity but also raised unsettling questions about her health, her mysterious death, and even the legacy she left behind. For centuries, historians had painted Hatshepsut as a brilliant ruler who defied tradition to sit on Egypt's throne. Yet the DNA evidence told a far stranger story, one that connected her to forgotten secrets buried deep within the sands of Luxor and changed what we thought we knew about Egypt's golden age. Their discovery didn't just rewrite her biography, it revealed a shocking and intimate truth about one of history's most extraordinary rulers. Long before Cleopatra's name became synonymous with beauty, intelligence, and power, another woman shattered the boundaries of tradition and forever changed the face of Egyptian history: Queen Hatshepsut. She was not born into obscurity or thrust into greatness by accident. Her destiny was carefully woven into the golden tapestry of Egypt's royal lineage. Born around 1507 BCE, Hatshepsut was the daughter of Pharaoh Thutmose I and his chief royal wife, Ahmose, both of noble and divine blood. Her father's reign was one of prosperity and expansion, and his influence would leave a lasting impression on the young princess. As a child of privilege, she was educated in administration, religion, and governance, a rare opportunity for women of her time. Yet even this privileged upbringing could not have predicted that she would one day crown herself Pharaoh of Egypt, the living embodiment of a god on earth. Following her father's death, Hatshepsut married her half-brother Thutmose II, a union meant to preserve the purity of the divine bloodline. Their marriage produced one daughter, Neferir, but Thutmose II also had a son, Thutmose III, by a secondary wife named Isis. When Thutmose II died young, the Egyptian court was thrown into uncertainty. The boy Thutmose III, though heir to the throne, was far too young to rule the vast and complex kingdom. Tradition dictated that a regent govern until he came of age, and that regent became his stepmother and aunt, Hatshepsut. At first, she appeared content to rule in the young king's name, fulfilling the traditional female role of caretaker and guardian of the throne. Yet as months turned into years, something extraordinary began to unfold. Hatshepsut's influence grew, her authority deepened, and the lines between regent and ruler blurred. Supported by the powerful priests of Amun, Egypt's chief deity, and a loyal circle of advisors, she took a daring step unprecedented in Egypt's patriarchal history. She proclaimed herself pharaoh. To the ancient world, this was a radical act. Egypt's throne was seen as divinely male, a position held by gods and kings, not queens, but Hatshepsut was no ordinary woman. With remarkable political insight, she constructed a narrative that legitimized her rule not as rebellion but as divine destiny. In temple inscriptions and reliefs, she presented herself as the daughter of Amun, conceived when the god himself took the form of her father. She adopted all the symbols of kingship: the Nemes headdress, the uraeus cobra, the royal kilt, and even the false beard traditionally worn by male pharaohs. She had herself addressed as His Majesty, not to conceal her femininity, but to reinforce divine authority that transcended gender. Her reign, lasting about 22 years, became one of the most peaceful and prosperous periods of the New Kingdom. Unlike rulers before and after her, Hatshepsut's legacy was not defined by conquest but by economic revival, architectural innovation, and cultural renaissance. She launched ambitious construction projects across the Nile Valley, each monument a testament to her vision and divine right to rule. Her crowning achievement was her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari near modern Luxor, a masterpiece of ancient architecture, its terraces rising in harmony with the cliffs, its walls covered in vivid reliefs depicting her divine birth and coronation. Even today, Deir el-Bahari stands as one of the most breathtaking monuments of the ancient world, a silent witness to her enduring brilliance. Beyond architecture, Hatshepsut revitalized Egypt's trade and diplomacy. She reopened long-abandoned trade routes and famously sent a grand expedition to the mysterious land of Punt, believed to be near modern Somalia or Eritrea. The reliefs at Deir el-Bahari vividly depict towering ships loaded with gold, ivory, exotic woods, leopards, incense, and living myrrh trees. The voyage enriched Egypt's economy and solidified her reputation as a ruler favored by the gods. Under her steady hand, the temples of Karnak expanded, agriculture thrived, and the arts reached a golden age. Her reign proved that leadership was not defined by gender but by wisdom and vision. Yet after her death, history took a darker turn. When Thutmose III eventually assumed full control, he began a campaign to erase Hatshepsut from memory. Her statues were destroyed, her images defaced, her name chiseled from monuments and king lists. For For centuries, her existence was nearly forgotten. Scholars still debate his motives, resentment, political necessity, or an attempt to restore the image of male kingship. Whatever his reasons, his efforts failed. Fascination with Hatshepsut has re-emerged stronger than ever. For centuries, though her reign was well documented, her mummy was missing. It was as if the earth itself had conspired to keep her hidden. Without her remains, Egyptologists could not confirm how she lived or died. The mystery began in 1903 when British archaeologist Howard Carter, years before discovering Tutankhamun's tomb, found a small burial chamber, KV-60, in the Valley of the Kings. Inside were two female mummies, one identified as Hatshepsut's royal nurse Siderin and another unmarked, lying on the floor, unidentified. With no inscriptions linking her to royalty, Carter sealed the tomb and moved on. More than a century later, in 2007, Dr. Zahi Hawass reopened KV-60 using modern forensic methods, CT scans, DNA testing, and digital facial reconstruction. In Cairo's Egyptian Museum, curators located a small wooden box inscribed with Hatshepsut's royal cartouche. Inside lay a single tooth. When compared with the CT scans of the KV-60 mummy's jaw, the tooth fit perfectly, a forensic match so precise it could not be denied. The forgotten mummy on the floor was, in fact, Queen Hatshepsut herself. But the revelations did not end there. DNA analysis, led by Dr. Angelique Corthels of the University of Manchester and Dr. Yahya Gad of Egypt's National Research Center, confirmed the genetic link between the KV-60 mummy and Hatshepsut's royal lineage. Extracting DNA from a 3,400-year-old mummy was nearly impossible. The embalming process had destroyed most genetic material, but the team succeeded by isolating mitochondrial DNA, passed down through the maternal line. When compared to samples from her ancestors, including Amos Nefertari, the results matched perfectly. After millennia of silence, science had finally proven her identity. Yet hidden in her DNA was an even stranger discovery. CT scans revealed signs of metastatic bone cancer, with lesions across her pelvis and spine, as well as evidence of obesity and diabetes. Among her personal belongings was an alabaster vial that once contained a fragrant balm. Chemical analysis revealed the balm contained benzopyrene, a potent carcinogen derived from tar and resin, commonly used in ancient cosmetics. In a cruel twist of fate, the queen's devotion to ritual purity and beauty may have been the cause of her death. Daily use of the balm likely exposed her to carcinogenic compounds, slowly poisoning her body. Dr. Gad explained that Hatshepsut's genetic profile showed a predisposition to metabolic and oncological conditions. It was a perfect storm. Her body's vulnerabilities combined with exposure to toxins may have sealed her fate. Her failing health might also explain the smooth transfer of power to Thutmose III. When she died, weakened by disease, her successor likely used her absence to restore the traditional order. His later campaign to erase her name may have been less about vengeance and more about political rebranding. Through science, the mystery of Hatshepsut's disappearance was finally illuminated. She was not murdered or cursed, but undone by chemistry itself, a tragic reminder that even those who seek immortality remain bound by the fragility of the human body. For generations, early historians branded Hatshepsut a usurper who stole Egypt's throne. Her masculine titles and false beard seem to confirm this, but modern archaeology paints a different picture. Hatshepsut was not a pretender, she was a visionary who reshaped kingship. Her choice to appear both as a man and woman in inscriptions was deliberate, a political masterstroke that balanced divine symbolism. She presented herself as the embodiment of Ma'at, the principle of balance and order that sustained Egypt. Archaeological studies at Deir el-Bahari show how intentionally she fused masculine and feminine imagery. Temple reliefs depict her as both a woman receiving divine endorsement and a male pharaoh performing sacred rituals. Her temple's symmetry mirrored this balance, earth and sky, male and female, human and divine. She understood that power in Egypt was visual. To rule, she needed to embody both strength and harmony. Today, thanks to science, her story has been rewritten. Hatshepsut was not a scheming usurper but a trailblazer who transformed gender and power into tools of stability. In a world that sought to confine her, she reimagined kingship itself. And in doing so, she carved her name not just into stone, but into the enduring story of human brilliance. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from history's hidden corners.